Okay, welcome back to Crypto Trends. This is podcast number 3, and topic is the current trend of the market. Here with my friend Dirty J, and he mentioned that, well, I'll let him explain.
So right now I'm looking at the, as of like an hour ago, what the crypto's currently going for. So that is Ethereum at about $480, Litecoin at 90, IOTA at about 97, and Bitcoin at 9,635. And I feel like we're on a crazy bull run right now. What do you think about the current situation?
I think so. Here's the thing, like I'll tend to dismiss the fact that we're in a bull run. I'll dismiss it, and I'll be like, because this has happened time and time again in the crypto market. We're in the middle of a bull run, and everything seems great, fine and dandy. The prices are going up, skyrocketing, and Bitcoin is breaking all-time highs.
Right.
We've seen this before, and it might have been you that told me before we were in a bull run. Somebody, the warning signs were everywhere.
Yeah.
All the bank CEOs say we're in a bull run. I think last time it was Warren Buffett.
Yeah.
And when we're in a bull run, the investors, like myself, we're enjoying the moment, and we don't want to believe it's we don't want to believe the facts. We don't want to believe it's a bull run, because ignorance is bliss, and if it keeps going up, great, everything's fine and dandy.
Right.
But the fact is, nothing goes up forever.
True. What goes up must come down, right?
Right. In a way, yeah. And right now, on my news app, whatever you call it, on my phone, every article that's popping up every hour right now is about Bitcoin breaking $10,000. Every article, is Bitcoin this, Bitcoin that. Bitcoin is now mainstream.
Right.
It's in the media.
So, with that being said, I read an article last night about Tether. You know anything about Tether?
Yes. So Tether is a cryptocurrency that's pegged to the U.S. dollar.
Okay.
So whatever the value of the dollar is, the U.S. dollar, which is obviously $1,
right,
that cryptocurrency will maintain that value.
So I read that people have been pumping, Tether has been releasing more coins gradually over time, in which, in correlation to that, Bitcoin is rising at a faster rate due to Tether releasing more coins. I think it was Tether, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I'm not. I read the same article.
Okay.
And I don't know the specifics of that.
Yeah.
But so that doesn't sound right to me. So if you're not involved in Tether, good for you. It's probably a smart move to stay away from it.
I'm absolutely not involved in Tether.
Yeah. I know. Investors will be in an exchange, right?
Yeah.
And in order to hedge their funds from a crash,
right,
instead of moving their funds into fiat, they'll move it into Tether as a temporary holding.
That's crazy. Yeah. It's like a pump, quick pump.
Yeah.
That's crazy. So you predict that, or you're hoping that the crypto market will continue to rise without a correction?
Well, right. So ideally, right, but that's not ideal. So if this is the bubble, and you're saying it's the bubble,
I'm not saying it's the bubble. I just think that we're in a bull run. Right?
We're in a bull run.
I think we're due for a correction.
We've been in a bull run, and we probably are due for a correction. And the question is, how strong of a correction? Because if the market corrects, the overall market breaking 300 billion right now, if the whole market corrects, it's not just Bitcoin that corrects, it's every cryptocurrency on the market that corrects.
Right. So I've heard a lot of people, the crypto investors, talking about December 1st is going to be a huge
sell-off,
huge date. No, people are thinking that's the date that Bitcoin's going to break 10K.
Oh yeah, it'll probably happen before that. It's like when we were talking, I was like, Ethereum will break 400, and then the next day, the very next day, it went from 325 or something to 400.
Right. Yeah, Ethereum's about to break 500 here.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Ethereum, yeah, easily.
I wish I would have bought more when I had the
I am
chance.
very bullish on Ethereum. Like when we were sitting at the party,
Yeah.
I was sitting with my friend Bitcoin Buddha, and he asked me. We were looking at because we were bored, man. We were sitting there looking at the app for like CoinMarketCap.
Yeah.
And he's like, "What do you think's gonna happen with Bitcoin Cash?" At the time, it was like $700
Right.
Bitcoin Cash. And while we were at the party, so I was like, yeah, give it a couple months, it'll be in the thousands. I said that, and then that was the day. While we were at the party,
Yeah.
within that time frame, it went from 700 to 800 to 900 during that period of time.
That's crazy.
And then the very next day, it was up to like 2,200.
I remember you being extremely excited about Bitcoin Cash when it first happened.
Oh, this is disgruntled?
No, you went from disgruntled, then you started reading about it, and you were like
Yeah.
addicted to it.
Yeah, I was a big hater of Bitcoin Cash when it first came out.
Yeah.
And then I changed. I started listening to Roger Ver. So.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, it might be that time to scale out. I wouldn't. I'm not a fan of selling everything.
Oh, hodl, baby, hodl. So what would you do? So let's say you own the 10 Ethereum, right? Ethereum's going for 480 right now. What would you do? Would you take that and put it into another altcoin that has potential?
No, because I think Ethereum is still below, like
Where it really will be?
undersold.
Okay, I agree with you on that. I don't even touch my Ethereum.
But Bitcoin, I don't feel that way. I feel like it's
I have no Bitcoin, so.
overbought, too high.
Yeah. I have Ethereum and Litecoin, so I'm just going to hold it. There's no reason for me to hedge any of that.
I think that would be smart.
If anything, I would buy an Ethereum with Coinbase and then immediately transfer it to something else if I wanted to buy another coin. But for me, I would never touch what I have already. Anything I do now.
Expires on board for all hands.
Anything I do
Secure the
now.
best line.
Anything I do now, I have to buy directly. I have to buy like Ethereum or Bitcoin and then immediately exchange it. That's the only way I can buy. Alright, that's all I got.
All right. Just caveat to any listeners out there, anybody who listens to my podcast or my channel. I'm not a financial advisor. I don't give financial advice. These are just my opinions. So please be cautious and don't trade anything you can't afford to lose.
Yeah.
And then I changed